You can see here the hindbrain. You can see the oblongata, the pons here. Okay, so midbrain has been removed here. Cerebellum. You can see here the oblongata. Between the mid oblongata and cerebellum, there is a connection known as the cerebellar peduncle. In the pons and cerebellum, the cerebellar peduncle. Midbrain was there, so between the midbrain and the peduncle. So now we'll see this the oblongata, medulla oblongata, the anterior surface. So it is starting from lower end. It is extending from the upper part of the spinal cord. Yes. So anterior surface, the external features of the medulla oblongata, the anterior surface is having the anterior fissure, the anterior median fissure, the lower part of the anterior median fissure, lower part of the anterior median fissure. There is the decussation of the fibers, right? The decussation of the fiber, the lower part. Therefore, another decussation area. The upper part from lateral to the pyramidal fissure, the structure known as the pyramid. Okay? The pyramid. Then there is a pyramidal tract or corticospinal tract. Lateral to the anterolateral sulcus. Lateral to anterolateral sulcus, there is the elevation known as the D. The lateral elevation is known as the OLI. Then there is the superior alveolar olivary nucleus. Posterior to the sulcus is known as the posterolateral sulcus. So anterolateral sulcus is known as the anterior, the pre-olivary sulcus, and posterior to the sulcus olive, there is the post-olivary sulcus. And the junction between the pons and the oblongata is known as the pontomedullary junction. Pontomedullary. Okay. And in middle of the pontomedullary junction, there is the blind cartilage that is known as the foramen cecum. Okay. Now we'll see which are the nerve coming out of that cranial nerve. So from the pre-olivary nucleus or the anterolateral sulcus coming out of the hypoglossal nerve, that is nerve, and from the post-olivary nucleus, that is posterior to the olive or posterolateral sulcus, giving rise to cranial nerve from above downward 9 and 11 cranial nerve. Glossopharyngeal, yes, and the cranial accessory. They are now coming from above downward. From the pontomedullary junction, from medial to lateral, they are the 7 and 8. Is the abduction nerve, 7 facial nerve, and 8 is the vestibulocochlear nerve. Got it? So these are the external feature of the anterior surface of medulla oblongata. Now, the posterior aspect, the medulla oblongata. Posterior aspect of the medulla oblongata. So you can see the lower part. This is closed part. The upper part is the closed, open part. This closed part is having in midline the anterior, the posterior median sulcus. So you the posterior median sulcus. Lateral to that elevation is known as the elevation known as the fasciculus gracili. Okay. Lateral to that there is the another sulcus known as the posterior intermediate sulcus. Lateral to that the other fascicle known as the fasciculus cuneatus. Fasciculus gracili, fasciculus cuneatus. And in the upper part of this space area of this medulla oblongata, the fascicle are ending into the elevation known as the from medial to lateral, the gracile tubercle and pinate tubercle laterally. But there is a other tuberculum lateralmost lateral to the pinate tubercle, that is known as the tuberculum cinerarium. Underneath, lying is the spinal nucleus of the trigeminal nerve. Got it? So this open part will take along with the floor of the ventricle, fourth ventricle. So this closed part, this open part, the upper open part is forming the lower part of the floor of the fourth ventricle. Okay. So this was about the posterior closed part of the oblongata. So guys, it was complete about the oblongata.